This is Lazuli, a 300 IQ fish VTuber that is one of my favorite VTubers at the moment. She's also an absolute cutie. I think if Lazuli and Wawa did a giggle off, I wouldn't know who to pick. And today's video is gonna be partially about her, kind of. Now before we continue with her, let me tell you what I've been up to recently, because as a busy guy who can't get a break at all these days, I of course didn't have too much time for the YouTube thing. Okay, I was playing Pokemon, but we are using this for content in this video, so I guess it could be worse. I especially got invested into competitive Pokemon, specifically VGC, the official competitive format. The reason why I started being interested into it is, for one, because of my friend Chris, who also just recently got back into it. And especially, yeah, it's because of Wolfie's videos. Okay, I know, I'm just like all the others that this man dragged into the rabbit hole. But unlike just going in there and tryharding to the highest extent, I want to challenge myself. It's probably not the best idea to challenge and restrict myself at the very beginning of my competitive Pokemon career, but that's just what I'm all about, honestly. And this is where our beloved fish comes to play. I love to combine things I'm passionate about. Heck, my first video on here combined Hololive and League of Legends. And that was before GG made it cool. So Lazuli did this website not too long ago that some of you probably have already seen before. You basically put your favorite Pokemon in every type of every generation in there. It's just a fun way to see which generation had your favorite Pokemon and to just share it in an easy to view sheet with others. I think some of you might already see where this is going. I'm going to build a team only using the Pokemon Luli put in the list right here and see how well I can do. Originally, I wanted to enter a tournament with this, and I actually did that, but things happened. I ended up only playing a single game in the tournament, not even a match, a single game. It was my first ever time doing something like that, so yeah, I messed up a bit, okay? I dropped out because I did a little bit of an oopsie. Now, before we get into the team building, I want to set some rules for this. First off, I will completely ignore the last 4 columns here, since they are more specifications like only starters or only legendaries. The reason why I'm not going to look at those is because technically these are not Luli's favorites. If they were her favorites, she would have just put them in an earlier spot under the respective type. You could also say the same for the last row, but these are just the favorites of each type, period. So all of them are somewhere up there too. I'm also only allowed to use the very Pokemon Lazuli picked. So only because we have Primal Groudon here, that doesn't mean I can just rock with normal Groudon for the team. This goes for evolutions and pre-evolutions too, so no picking Riolu for Prankster because we have Lucario here, or Inteleon because we have Sobble right here. I'm only allowed to use that exact Pokemon. But there is one more rule. I am required to play Lazuli's favorite Pokemon of all time, Alolan Raichu.
My favorite Pokemon is Alolan Raichu.
These are all the rules, so let's get into the team building. And this is where we get to the first big problem, or more like a huge, enormous problem. I will be playing this team in the official VGC format regulation I. People who are at least a little bit into that scene know that this is a restricted format, which allows you to put 2 restricted Pokemon in your team. These restricted Pokemon are usually like 5 times better than any other Pokemon you can choose. And for a team to be consistent and always have a good chance of winning, you are pretty much required to use these 2 restricted spots for absolute powerhouses that can completely take over a game. I know it's totally possible to make a good team without restricted mons, but you would be pretty much shooting yourself in the leg if you didn't bring any. And as you maybe have already noticed, since we are not counting these last 4 columns, which would contain some restricted Pokemon, I have access to a total of 0 restricted Pokemon. And the few that probably would be in restricted are not in Scarlet and Violet, so I'm physically unable to use them. This is why I gave you guys the example with Primal Groudon earlier, so no one will say, oh, there's Primal Groudon right here, why don't you just use the normal Groudon? No, not doing that. This means we are pretty much in a disadvantage every game we load into. Unless the enemies also don't bring any restrictions, which does happen actually. It does happen quite frequently. But these are the rules I have set myself, and these are the rules I'm gonna play with. Now this of course doesn't mean we can't build a solid team here. So let's see what we got. And big disclaimer. I'm a total competitive noob. So this is most likely not gonna end up being the best team possible. Not only most likely, it won't. Okay, it just won't. What I would be interested in is what kind of team would you guys have built with the Pokemon available? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, our first party member is of course going to be Alolan Raichu, which also brings another problem. Yes, I have to play Alolan Raichu without an easy access to electric terrain. For those who don't know, Alolan Raichu's only ability doubles its speed when it's in electric terrain. Now usually people would combine that with a Pokemon that easily spawns electric terrain on summon. There are 3 Pokemon that can accomplish that, and hey, 2 of them are actually really good. Miraidon and Tapu Koko. Well, as you probably already figured, but I can't use any of those 2. Along with not being one of Lazuli's favorite Pokemon, Tapu Koko is not even in Scarlet and Violet, meaning I double can't use it. And Miraidon, big shocker, also didn't make it on the list. Then what about Pincurchin? Also not on there. Luli, you gotta explain this. How the freak did Snom make it on there, but not the electric version of it? So before we get any further, I made 7 different versions of this team. Or for some, it's rather just a completely rebuild of the team. So to not bore you guys, and in order for the video to not be like 5 hours long, I'll give you a quick rundown of the first 6 versions before going a little bit deeper into the final version. In the first version of the team, I wanted to use Raichu as a damage dealer, or rather a full-speed Electro Ball spammer, with Electivire as an electric terrain setter and a redirector. Oranguru to counter the Trick Room teams that I might run into. Obviously those would be a big problem for me. The Icy Crab, which name I'm not gonna pronounce, I am gonna mess it up for sure. And the one I'm still wondering how it even made it in any favorite list. Lazuli, what the fuck? As a slow wildcard user who can potentially make something happen in Trick Room if it was to come up, and then Iron Jugulas and Primarina for decent damage dealers. This team felt okay at best, but I knew forcing Raichu into being a speedy sweeper just wasn't going to be a thing. Not to mention that the Electric Ball has damage cap. I learned that after building this. Sucks. Oranguru's Imprison pretty much never saw use, and the manual setting of electric terrain was just too slow. I didn't want to give up on electric terrain quite yet though, so I decided to keep Electivire for version 2. But I already knew Raichu as a sweeper or damage dealer wouldn't work, so I switched its moveset to a more supportive one. I also knew that making the whole team synergize will prove very difficult, so I just went with some good Pokemon that I thought had potential to be good. This is why this version has Pelifant and Cresselia. Cresselia being an absolute staple in competitive ever since its release, and Pelifant just being able to even face restricted Pokemon after the transformation just sounded very appealing to me. This version also had like 80 damage Snorlax. Don't ask me why. I thought Recycle with a Citrus Berry and Belly Drum might work. It didn't really. And finally, Chandelure, whose insane special attack stat made me wanna try it. For version 3, I just substituted Electivire with Scizor. I knew at this point that electric terrain is not gonna work out, and just wanted someone who can potentially set up and go through a whole enemy team. Yep, that didn't last for long. It was at this point where I hit a dead end. This ain't working, and I'm gonna have to try something else. In my countless games with the previous teams, I noticed something. I need to impact the battlefield to my own advantage. Rain teams around Kyogre, electric terrain teams around Miraidon, and sun teams around Koraidon and Groudon were absolutely dominating. Not only me, but the meta overall. So I look back at the Pokemon I have access to, and I'm going to just take all the Pokemon that can summon a terrain or weather on spawn and build around them. And this is where team version, or rather, honestly, just teams itself, 4, 5, and 6 come in. Team 4 is a snow team around Alolan Ninetales and Excalibur, but unfortunately the other ice Pokemon I had access to weren't that great. I mean, a seal, a snowy tree that melts faster than anything, 2 first stages, an ice snail, ice cream, and Frostlass. Okay, Frostlass is not that bad, I guess. So this team, at the end of the day, didn't feel great either. Top 5 was a rain in quotations. Team around Politoed and Kingdra, a combination that even Wolfie used to big success, so it honestly felt promising. But I had no access to Gothitail for a potential Perish Trap setup, not like I would pull it off anyways, let's be honest. And I also didn't have someone like Archaludon or really any other Pokemon that really benefit from the rain. I even gave one of my favorite Pokemon, Lucario, a try, but as expected, it's not really good. Finally, I built a team around Tyranitar's Sandstorm and just decided to smack 3 pseudo legendaries in there with Garchomp and Metagross, since all 3 are immune to sand damage. For the most part, I was just hoping that their insane stats would carry. Well, they didn't, let's say that. I don't have that team saved anymore, but it didn't really do that great, if I remember correctly, so who cares at the end of the day, it's whatever. But let's go to the team I decided to rock with at the end of the day. For this one, I again disregarded any synergy my Pokemon might have to each other. I mean, there are little ones in there, but nothing like significant. And just decided to take the best Pokemon available. And this proved to be the way to go about it. Honestly, with such a limited pool of Pokemon, it's always cool to find synergies between Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, that's one of my favorite parts of team building. But it's just not always achievable. That's why my team I'll be going into the leather with, because yeah, I did mess up the tournament thing, is going to be the following. The gamer that was with me from the very start, Alot and Raichu. And from version 2 going onward, it always had a supportive set, and that hasn't changed till here. Figgured and Nuzzle are pretty much mandatory on this fella. I also decided to give it Rain Dance to deal a little bit better with the Sun teams that were everywhere, and to increase the damage output of a later member. And finally, I gave it Knockoff. I know this is a little bit of an uncommon pick, but I really needed this so I at least have someone who can threaten a Calyrex Shadow Rider one-shot. That's also why I will be going for an speed and physical damage EV investment, just to have the tool versus Shadow Rider. Which is honestly a bit dumb, considering King Gambit is right there. I don't know why I did just use that guy. I smacked a Focus Sash on that lovely fella and called it. Now this team will not have an electric terrain setup, which means unless the enemy sets it up for me, I'm forced to play Raichu without an ability. Luckily, Miraidon is very popular, so I'll at least sometimes get it. I went with Terra Flying since, of course, I can dodge incoming ground attacks, and in a team like this, any misses from the opponent are honestly a blessing. The next member is a Pokemon I've been looking at from the very beginning, Whimsicott. It's just so damn good. With the classic combination of Prankster and Tailwind, its value is honestly above the roof. This set is probably as standard as it gets, with a Covert Cloak to mainly save it from fake outs. Honestly, not much to say, it's just really good. Next up, I will be bringing back a Pokemon from the very first version of this team, and that's Primarina. This thing really surprised me when playing with team version 1. Any win I got with that team was honestly on Primarina's back. It's bulky, has good AoE, can power itself up with the Throat Spray item, can have speed control with Icy Wind, and also is very slow with 60 base speed, making it really good in Trick Room if my opponent ever happens to set it up. This is probably also as standard as it gets right here. Next up, Volcarona, an absolute powerhouse with insane sweep potential, unless it doesn't hit the heat waves. You little fuck. Some people play Volcarona as a support Pokemon with Rage Powder. I won't. I went with the damage variant though, since I already have 2 support ones. I gave it a Life Orb for even more damage and the Stellar Terra type, which I now wonder why I didn't just use Fire. Too late for that now, I guess. Next up is another damage dealer, but I needed someone to do some physical damage for better damage spread. So I settled with Dragonite, which I'm running with Choice Band and 4 big attacking moves. Unfortunately, when it comes to stab moves, Dragonite is lacking a bit. For Dragon, it's really just Outrage, Dragon Claw and Scale Shot, all having their downsides. Outrage, of course, locks me into using it. Dragon Claw has a low base power, and Scale Shot, besides not even having 100% accuracy, is a multi-hit move that, in the worst case, will only hit twice. And even though I'm not even running the Loaded Dice item, I decided to go with Scale Shot here. It's risky, but I feel like I'm gonna have to take risks with the restrictions I'm giving myself. And in many cases, I'm bringing Dragonite to only do one job and one job only anyways. To go for Terra, Normal, Choice Band, Extreme Speeds. That shit hurts. And that's the main reason why I went with Dragonite over Garchomp or Salamence, for example. Finally, I wanted a White Guard user. For those who don't know, White Guard blocks any damage coming from spread type moves, so moves that hit both opponents. Like 90% of the most popular restricted Pokemon, like the Calyrex forms, Kyogre, Groudon, or even Miraidon with Dazzling Gleam, like to go for spread moves. And just having the option to block these exact moves is nice. In version 1 I used Kraburinsky for the job, but I don't like its slow speed, which especially hurts when you gotta go for attacks between supporting. So I went with Mienshao, who is honestly not bad. It's like a more offensive Hitmontop if you really think about it. Yes, Hitmontop has Intimidate, which is way more useful than Inner Focus, but Hitmontop didn't make it on the list, so Luli, I blame you for this one. Nah, just kidding. Love you, Luli. Still, Mienshao is an excellent Pokemon. It, once again, is a fake out user, which is always nice to have two of. White Guard, as already mentioned, and for the last two moves, I just went with Close Combat to dish out a decent amount of damage. This thing has 125 base attack after all, it's not to be underestimated. And finally, Helping Hand. My two main carries, Volcarona and Primarina, both love to go for those big spread type moves, and Helping Hand is just excellent in combination with those. I gave it a Citrus Berry, it was either that or Rocky Helmet for me, and I kinda like to sustain a bit more here, so I went with that. And that's the team, only consisting of Lazuli's favorite Pokemon. By the way, big shout out to Chris, he is literally the gamer who put together the whole team in-game for me. I build it, but he's the one that is the reason that I actually have it in Scarlet and Violet, so thank you, arigato. I know that someone with more experience could, or probably would, make a way better team than this, but this is just what I'm rocking with. With that being said, let's jump into the games. A full-on rain team. What do I do against a full-on rain team? Let's lead Raichu. Raichu Primarina. But Volcarona doesn't like this, that's for sure. I guess we can resist water attacks with you. You also resist water attacks. And you hit two of them for very effective, but so do you. Let's take Dragonite. So they want to start bombing straight away. They honestly have a very safe play here. They can just Tailwind and protect with Kyogre. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I could try to one-shot Landorus. So he should protect with Kyogre. The question is he gonna do it? Because if he doesn't, I'm throwing the whole game. So that wouldn't be great. If he does protect, well, what is this? Okay. I wonder why. He might be expecting some kind of offensive Raichu, I guess. So I predicted him correctly. The thing is, does it do anything for me here? That's a lot of damage, Jesus. That is a shit ton of damage, what the fuck? So now he's just gonna press Breakwind Storms and my Raichu is just gonna die here. I have to protect my Primarina here because I need to get Mienshao in. So Raichu dies here, regardless of what happens. Even the Focus Sash is not gonna save him from this double AoE. Oh! That's a misplay. Holy. I'm full attack damage, by the way, and this doesn't kill. That's unfortunate. Wait, that means this guy has a planned move. Well, I'm just gonna do this and Terra this, right? But then the Black Wind Storms is gonna be very effective on me. Ah, it would have been great if that killed. Do I have a switch in? I kinda do. He resists the Terra. But then I'm gonna lose my boost. I kinda have to. Usually tornadoes are also like EV'd very aggressively, so I might just die to like the double up. Resisted. Then we even outspeed and kill. Okay, that's nice. So if I knew that my right shot speeds there, I could have stayed in. Okay, what is this guy gonna do? I mean, I'm just gonna do this, right? The tailwind is a bit annoying. If a close combat is coming, then switching back into you would be great. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, right? Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. You should just click the big AoE stuff on... Oh. That is most definitely not what I expected. Okay, the switching was good anyways, which is nice. And now I get to go into you. And now I can Terra. Now I can fake out here and Terra Moonblast or Terra Ice? Probably Terra Moonblast, right? Into the slot. Yeah, let's do that. So ideally I want him to just double attack and Terra Blast into the Primarina slot. That will be the ideal scenario. That works. That works too. He might double protect though. He does not. Okay, he should be dead. Primarina is pretty strong. Why did he protect? What was he scared of? I don't know. I don't know what he was scared of, but we'll take it. So Rain is gone, Tailwind should be gone, right? I think Tailwind might have already been gone last turn. So he does have his another very, very powerful restricted. And it's a 4v1. But these are 2 restricted, so we kinda have to pop off. He might go for big AoE damage here. And I kinda wanna slow him down. So I'm just gonna do this, I think. I mean, bad would be Ice Beam on Primarina and Electro Drift on Mian Shao. Which is exactly what he's gonna do. Let's hope Primarina can tank it. Okay. That Icy Wind is huge. Oh, it's a 2v2 now. He might be the fastest on the field. And I hope this just kills, I guess. And I Moonblast here. I could also double up into this slot. I'm not too sure if I outspeed Miraidon yet though. No, I kinda have to split damage here. Please tell me Dragonite outspeeds Miraidon after that. Okay, I need 3 hits. Everything but 2 hits. Okay, that's good. I think I might win. Yeah, I think we win here. Okay. Holy. Kyogre Miraidon is a scary combination, by the way. Shoutouts to Primarina's special defense stat, by the way. That was insane. That was really fucking good. Wouldn't be me if I wasn't unlucky like that. We outspeed and we kill. Okay. If the Marina didn't tank that ice beam, we would have lost. You know what I've noticed? I never lead with Whimsicott, even though that's my guy right there. So let's lead with Whimsicott here. So we of course have the Chlorophyll, Execute, combo, we got Seishin, we got Ditto. Bit of a weird team, to be honest. Execute. He's slow, he also kinda wants Trick Room. No, never mind. With Chlorophyll he probably doesn't want Trick Room. Which of you three am I gonna lead with? You get cooked by the sun. You get cooked. You don't really get cooked. I also wanna bring Dragon Knight and probably just you in case Astro Barrage Gaming is online. Okay. Ooh, cool shinies. So the sun is pretty nice for me too. And I feel like I can just bam, bam. They don't really pose a big threat on Volk. I mean, I guess a Ninetales fire move might hurt. But at the same time, do I care? I think there's nothing... Yeah, let's do this. Okay, he insta-terras his Executor. Hope he Terra Water or something. Okay, this might still kill though, right? I should have terra'd, I should have terra'd, I should have terra'd. I should have terra'd, 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 I should have terra'd. Okay, Terra wouldn't have changed anything. Good thing I didn't Terra. Oh, and he got the harvest set. Okay. And of course one shots. I have Steel Terra on my Whimsicott, so there's no way of saving it. Is it just Sleep Powder? It's Leaf Seed. Okay. So it's like a full sustain execute. I guess. Yeah, Citrus Berry's back. So Earthquake is of course very strong here. Hitting both for very effective. And I can protect on Volk. On the other... Does Volk die from my own Earthquake? I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. That's all I can say. I mean, you know, I'm protecting to make sure, but... Okay. As will Nona die from this? Choice band. Earthquake. I remember, I just called it Volnona, that's a German name. That's a Ninetales type of it. Yes. Yes it does. That's such a cool shiny. You know who I would really want to play, kind of, sort of? Hello, Hisui? Gala? Hisui Sorak? Galaso Sorak? What is it? Yeah, the Whimsicott lead is already paying off. It's... Oh, that's interesting. I mean, Earthquake... Wait, let me check real quick. Wait, how can I check this? How can I... I don't know how to check it. I don't know which of my mons is faster. Wait, it's... His Ditto doesn't have the imposter ability. Oh, it does, but it still says it's Ditto right here. Oh, my Volk is faster. That's nice. Oh, I got a crit. Interesting. So I'm probably gonna kill my own Volcarona here, but I think my Dragonite wins this. Especially if he has like Satian in the bag, who is also weak to ground. While my Volcarona lives. That is crazy. And I think I have one Tailwind turn left. Please be Satian, that would be amazing. Okay. Oh, that is of course awesome. Obviously he's gonna protect his Satian here, but that means next turn he's just gonna get Fake Out Earthquaked. Which I think is just winning for me, right? Never fucking mind. Volcarona just does the job. Okay. He didn't protect... Why didn't he protect Satian? That's my last Tailwind turn. And he knows there's like 2 big moves coming. Well, we take it. But Volcarona... I'm telling you, Volcarona is by far the best member of this team. Like, Volcarona is so good. That's crazy. Oh boy. A Tailwind is good here. My Volcarona is also really nice here. Apart from Raging Bolt, it really can do a lot of damage. If it's Raging Bolt, I probably want Dragonite, right? Or Terra Grass Primarina. I'll also rock with me as well. With Electro Web, with Astro Barrage. Anyone who wants to tank Fake Outs? Maybe Dragonite? No. Primarina unfortunately gets absolutely destroyed by any Ogre Pond version, which sucks. So probably just Dragonite. Well, obviously I can't just press Heat Wave here, right? I do kind of vibe with... Actually no, that's just Tailwind. It's just Tailwind. And we hope for White Guard plus anything she empowered us, I think. Still another thing I couldn't do. I can't really go into Dragonite against an Ice type. Yeah. It's a normal protect, interesting. So if Whimsicott survives this turn, this guy might get Encored. This is 100% Focus Sash, they always play that thing with Focus Sash, so... That's nice. Interesting. He can't go for White Guard now, right? Am I getting that correct? I think you can't White Guard after protecting. So I can just switch this. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna switch into Mian Shao here. And then okay, that's not Terra. Is Terra gonna one-shot the summer? It might. But I don't know. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm pretty sure it can't White Guard after protecting. Let's see if I should have Terra'd. We'll find out right here. I don't think it kills with Terra. Crit? No. Any explainers? What the hell was that? Like, restricted Pokemon are just fucking crazy, bro. I need to do it the other way around. Oh, he also resists that. I think I'm gonna have to Terra here and hope this kills. He resists it, but Zama is definitely more on the physical defense side. But Corona is strong, so I'm just gonna believe. New White Guards here, very obvious play. I also need Scale Shot to hit, by the way. That's also another requirement that has to happen. Okay, please kill? Oh, hell no. What in the pathetic was that? At least we start stacking Dragon. Why does Heavy Slam one-shot my Mian Shao though? Like, what is that? I know Mian Shao is probably a weak fella, a very slow fella, but still. So my Tailwind is gone this turn, right? No, it's not. I have one more Tailwind turn, which means we do this, and we Heat Wave. Yeah, seems reasonable. Okay, the bad thing about this is... Oh no, okay, yeah, my Dragonite outspeeds, okay, it's fine. I think my Dragonite outspeeds the Calyrex now, doesn't it? I hope it does. I kinda need it to do, actually. I think 5 hits Dragonite Scale Shot can one-shot? Can one-shot a Calyrex? I really hope it does. Oh shit, of course he got the Fake Out user in his back. Is there any... Oh wait, I have Defiant, I have Defiant. My boy is Defiant. So it's fine. Who do I have in a bag? Oh, I still have Whimsicott in the bag. Okay, the play is definitely Scale Shot, Protect. My Dragonite will get Scale Shot out, and then next turn I can just pressure with Tailwind. Yeah. Don't be Terra Fairy, I swear to God. If I have to face the one Terra Fairy Calyrex player, I'm gonna vomit. Okay, Terra Dark is fine. It's fine. So, Faker comes out, we have Defiant, we don't care about it. And we connect. And it can one-shot if I get 5 hits. Come on, Dragonite. 3 hits. That's fine. 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 That's totally fine. If Astro Rush kills here, which it probably will, because it is Calyrex after all, we can Tailwind Heatwave next turn. And we should be good, right? It's Life Orb, okay. Come on. This is so winnable. This is so winnable. This is so winnable. We Tailwind. Heatwave. Grassy Glide. No way it kills anything. And Heatwave double kills if it hits both. Come on. Come on. I'm standing up for this one. Come on. 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 Yeah, no way that does anything. We connect and we pick up a double trouble, right? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Calyrex is down. That's fine. That's fine. Game is in the back, bro. Give me that. Give me that. What you mean Calyrex Summer Center? What you mean randomly one-shotting my Mian Shower? What are we on about? You know what? You know what? Here, take this. Take this. Yeah, you better give up. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. Alright, boys. I'm not even gonna lie. I had to play a good amount of games with this team to get some good games in. So I'm probably gonna call it here. If you like these kind of videos, bro, let me know. I'm planning to make more Pokemon related videos in the future because that's all I do these days. I'm probably gonna look for, I don't really have another VTuber that I really watched that did like that website with the favorite Pokemon, so I don't know when the next kind of video like this will come. But you never know, you never know. Luli? Honestly, your team is okay. We don't have any restricteds in here, so obviously the team is gonna get dunked on a lot. Especially by like the strong restricteds. But it's okay. Like Primarina is a good solid Pokemon on itself. Honestly, all of these are good on itself. Raichu kinda wants the electric terrain. But that's just how it is, that's just how it is. We had to play the boy. And he was actually his Nuzzle. It was in like games that you probably didn't see, but Nuzzle, like paralyzing the whole enemy team, utilizing electric terrain the enemy spawned for me, it was good in a couple of games. So it is pretty good. Also, fun fact, I'm gonna play an attorney tomorrow. This is the team I'm gonna be rocking up with. Wish me luck. But yeah, that's gonna be it.